Hi, everybody. Ron Placone here. And first of all, Happy New Year. Happy 2015. I hope everybody had a good holiday season. I hope that you all got along with your families and had a good holiday, whatever you celebrate. Or if you don't celebrate anything at all, that's cool too. I had a good season. I want to address something real quick right away. My eyes are a little bloodshot. I did not sleep last night. I didn't go to bed at all. I wasn't planning on it. I had a gig, so I had some of that like post-show thoughts and adrenaline. And also today was our first day back officially on the air since the holiday break. So I kind of had that on my mind, and I was thinking about that. And I was thinking about getting back in the studio and in this channel and all the other stuff. And I also had helped a friend move a couple days ago and pulled a few muscles that took a day or two to kind of surface as a pulled muscle. So between the aches and all the thoughts, I just wasn't able to fall asleep. So eventually I just thought, well, I'm not going to go to bed tonight. It happens, it's been a while since about college, but I suppose it does happen. So anyway, moving on. I wanted to do a special video today just in regards to the 2015 schedule, because I want to make a few changes to kind of make things run more efficiently. What I've decided to do with a lot of like the live broadcasts and stuff like that, it's been hard for me just with all the other production stuff and just all other day-to-day stuff to establish a set schedule. So I wanted to change that. And what I've decided on is I want to start doing 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursday. And that's when I'm going to do my panel. The panel is going to be a similar way. I pick out my favorite story of the day. It might be political. It might be sports. It might be music related. It could be a number of things. But it's just what I feel is the most pressing story of the day, the most fun to talk about, do a riff on it. And I hope some of you guys will tune in. I hope some of you guys will participate, and I hope to have some guests periodically, some other people from TYT Nation and so forth, and TYT community. So that'll be a fun time. But I feel like now it's going to be 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursday, and that's how we're going to operate it. And let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think that's a bad idea? I figured it's a pretty prime time, a pretty cool slot, and my segments are pretty short. So it's kind of like right before the 6 o'clock hour when a lot of shows live stream. It's kind of like an opening act for that, if you will. I kind of think like maybe that's sort of what it is. So I'm shooting for 5:30. Thoughts, Rants, and Cold Coffee is gonna come back. I'm taking a little break from it. I was getting a little burnout on it, but it will be back at some point. Also, there will be some stand-up clips. I know I don't post as many stand-up clips as I would like, admittedly, but I'm gonna try to post a little more stand-up. And one other thing, I know that a lot of times with the radio show, with the morning show I run in Nashville here, I sometimes get some pretty cool interviews. However, sometimes those interviews are just limited to audio only. It's hard for me to convince people, especially when they're very busy people, to not just let me talk to them on the phone, but also have a video session with me or something like that. So it's just a phone interview. And at times, if I think content is particularly cool, I'll post it anyway. And sometimes the response to that has been very positive. Other times it's sort of just been lost in the shuffle of things, which, whatever. If I think something's cool, I'll share it. And if people like it, that's great. If it's not, if it kind of just gets lost in the shuffle, that's fine too. That's how this works. So I'm cool with that. So if I get a cool interview that I think, I know the interview that I did with Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull, that was pretty popular, even though it was just audio. Wasn't able to do video with that. I had an interview with David Lowry from Cracker and Camper Van Beethoven. So if there's any Cracker or Camper Van fans out there, I am going to give that interview to you. It is just audio only, but I am going to post that. And we talked about some pretty interesting stuff. We talked about a couple songs that were originally meant for Cracker that ended up being Camper Van, and we talked about some pretty neat stuff. So I will be posting that because I think some people might find it interesting, and I will continue to do that because sometimes I'm not always able to get video, but if something is neat enough and I think it would appeal, I will post it on here as well. But the main thing, 5:30, I'm going to start that next week. The rest of this week, I have some random content, so I will be putting out stuff pretty much every day, or every weekday rather. And then starting next week, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing my panels, and then I'll be coming at you with more content as well. And again, let me know your thoughts. If you think that's a horrible idea, let me know. If you think that's a great idea, let me know too. But I want to get a new schedule and some regularity here, because I know that not having a set schedule for the panels, was a little hard. It's hard to know when they're going to happen. I didn't even know when they were going to happen on a given day, and that's not a very sustainable way of doing things. So I'm thinking 5:30. Let me know your thoughts. And again, thank you so much for your continued support. I appreciate everybody that checks out this channel, everybody that comments, everybody that shares their thoughts with me. I've learned a lot from a lot of different people, and that is super cool, and I appreciate it an awful lot. And I think it's time for me to go to bed. So thank you. This is Ron Placone signing out.